and welcome back to the Chromatic Knits podcast. My name is Michelle, and this is my place on the internet where I talk about all of my yarny adventures. You can find me on Instagram as chromatic_knits. You can find me on Ravelry as Chromatic Knits. As you see, I have Aria with me here today, and Nuggets right down there on the floor, so he may or may not be making an appearance too. In case you hear his bell, that's what it is. Sorry that I don't have the microphone today. I had to get a new phone, which I will go into in the life section. And so my new phone is a USB-C charge port, and I need the lightning for the microphone that I have. So I'll be getting a new microphone. So please bear with on this. Hopefully the microphone in this phone is better than my old one and picks up better, so it won't be as big of an issue. But, please bear with as we go through this today, okay? Thank you for taking it with a grain of salt. A lot of things going on right now. Today is November 8th. It is Wednesday. It is weird to do this on a Wednesday, but here we are. This is the time I had available, so this is what we're doing. And, we are almost to Christmas. Can you imagine? Next month. It's in a month and 17 days. Like, what? And I still have so much knitting to do. But we'll get there. It'll be fine. That's what I keep telling myself. It'll be fine. We will get it. What are you making for Christmas? I know a lot of people are doing a lot of different things for Christmas. And I always love hearing about new patterns or new traditions that you've made. So please feel free to comment those down below. I'd love to hear all about it. What else is going on? The Geo Gradient is over. And today I posted on Instagram that my test knit for my piano mittens is officially open. So if you are interested in test knitting the piano mittens, please comment down below or message me on Instagram. Again, my Instagram name is chromatic_knits. And I'd be more than happy to send you the pattern, the chart, all of that. And we'll talk about some other things as well. So if you're at all interested, please let me know down below. I would love to have any or all of you in on the test knit. You can get the pattern for free, and then I'm also going to be giving anybody who test knits for me a free pattern of their choice from Ravelry. So feel free to, get in on that while you can. The test knit is going to be open for about a month, a little bit over a month. So the deadline is going to be December 15th, just to have a round date. So it's a little bit over a month. It's a month and a week, but I figure that one of those weeks is going to be, thrown out basically because of Thanksgiving, right? So people are going to be busy. They're not going to have time to knit. So I figure I'd give a month, and now it's, a month and change because of that. So this is my first test knit. I have some things set up for it. So we're going to have a community, and we're going to be able to talk about the pattern and get some good feedback. This is my first pattern, so I'm really excited about it, and I'm looking forward to getting your feedback on any changes that you would make, and anything that you would do that you would explain differently, because the way that I understand a pattern may not be the way that you understand a pattern, and I want to make it as available as possible and as accessible as possible for people, especially if this is, your first time doing a color work mitten or your first time doing a mitten at all. So definitely want to hear from everybody of all skill levels. What else is going on? It is football season, so pigskin party is still going on, working on getting the rest of my points in. Woot woot. And that is all the announcements that I have. It's very exciting though. I'm excited for my first pattern because I'm a nerd. But in the meantime, I finished something. It's a miracle. Talking about Christmas knits, I finished the Habitation Throw by Helen Stewart, specifically through to the purple side. Now, here's the thing about this blanket. Is it wider on this side than on the bottom? Yeah. Was that intentional? Not really. But did I keep knitting anyway? Yes, I did. But it's okay, because my niece, A, won't even notice, and B, it's going to be a little bit bigger than the other one that I made of these, because again, this is my second one, for anyone who's watched this before. And using the same kit and everything, I just used more of it. I didn't get all the way into these purples like I did on the other one, like I did on this one, but it's okay, because that one's going to a smaller person and a younger person than this one is. So it all works out. So one of my niece's blankets is done. Again, just as a reminder, this was a kit from Molly of a Homespun House. Her yarn is my like desert island yarn. I love it so much. If I could have one yarn and one base for the rest of my life, her soft sock is the jam. Like 100% would take that soft sock. Like, I don't know what's happening in those German mills, but there is like some crack in that yarn. Like, I don't understand, but it's amazing. Like, if I could have that yarn in any color that I wanted, and Molly's colors are amazing too, which makes it like, you know, takes it to even the next level. Like, oh my gosh, I'm just so spoiled that I can even get in any of it. But yes, I loved this knit. If you are looking for a quick project that is like 90% garter stitch, this is going to be your jam. Like, you just increase, garter stitch, eyelet rows occasionally, like, bam, blanket. Now, is it a fingering weight blanket? Yes. So is it going to take way longer than like a bulky weight blanket? Yes, it is. Am I insane for making this? Also, yes. But this would also be a really good project for an advent calendar. So if you get an advent calendar with a bunch of sock minis and you don't know what to do with them, like this is what you do with them. This pattern is amazing. Again, I've made 2 of these and would make more. And yeah, would highly recommend. So that is finally done. This can go into the completed Christmas project pile. Now, whips. What am I working on? I have the hiccups now. Oh my gosh. Let me take a drink and see if that helps. So I'm addicted to these ice drinks. If you've never had these before, they're amazing. It's just flavored sparkling water that's 0 sugar, and I love them. And the label looks like ice when it's cold. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's awesome. Okay, whips. So I've got 2 whips. The first one, so this is like the 3rd time that I've recorded this podcast, and I moved the progress keeper. So I've made more progress than what is showing on this since the last time we showed, but I literally don't remember where it was. So we're just gonna go with it. Let's see, where's my progress keeper? There it is. Got my little hedgehog on there. So I finished another section of this blanket. This is the Melting Marl blanket by Stephen West. Getting through another section on this, so another few inches, which is great. This pattern, super memorizable, super easy. Would highly recommend. And it's coming along. I'm about 40, a little bit over 40 inches into this blanket, so we're getting there. We're getting close to what it's going to be. So it's getting pretty long. which is good because this is for a bigger person. This is for almost an adult. This is for a teenager. So we're getting there. This is for Christmas. Would highly recommend this pattern too. The only modification that I made on this pattern is that instead of holding fingering weight held double, which is what Stephen West does, he just takes like scraps and different things and just marls them together throughout the blanket. Instead of doing that, she wanted stripes of blue, this blue which is dusk. This is the Knit Picks Swish DK base. So instead of doing fingering held double, I'm doing DK in the dusk and the eggplant colorways. So, but I've run out of yarn on this. So you will see some acquisitions to finish this blanket. But it is coming along. Next, so I have decided to finally show my geo gradient. If you don't want to see it, look away, because I didn't make any changes and I did the original first clue. So if you don't want to see that, look away. But I am almost done with clue 2. I figure by now it's all over the internet. Everybody's seen it already. So I'm almost done with clue 2. I am about to start. So I finished clue 2 on this side, and I still have to finish clue 2 on the my right, your left, this side. So it's coming along. Again, this one's super easy, garter stitch mostly, some eyelets here and there. But we'll get in. I haven't gotten to the next section yet, so we'll see what's awaiting me there. But I really like how this is coming together. This is all in fingering weight yarn. This is a kit from Moonglow Yarn Co. This is her April Showers kit, fade kit, which I highly recommend. And the only thing I've changed about the pattern is that I went down a needle size because I am a super loose knitter. Super loose knitter. So I went down a needle size because I knew that I needed it to be tighter on there. So that is one of the ways to do that. So that is that. Now, incoming. So I have a lot of incoming. So I've got a couple bags that are new. So I got these 2 bags. These came from, let me see here, Anomalous Mind. And they say, I solemnly swear that I'm up to no good on them, which is from Harry Potter, if you didn't know that. I've been eyeing this fabric for a long time, and I got her like medium and large size bags. So this is like a 2 skein, I think, and then this one's like 5 skeins. So really like them. Haven't used them yet, but they look like they're really good quality in that they were put together well. So, which is really exciting, and the zippers work and everything. So I'm really excited to get a project into these. Maybe I will have a New Year's cast on once I finish all my Christmas knitting. Right? That's how that goes. Okay, so I got this. Then I got, so any of you who know who Hohi Locatelli is, I love Hohi, and she owns a business called Hohi & Co. So Hohi Locatelli is a designer, and then she also owns a business called Hohi & Co., which make leather goods. So this is one of their bags. I got this in a D-stash, so it's not brand new, but I mean, it's leather, so it'll last forever. Like, it's leather and handmade, so it's gonna last like longer than I will. So it's still in really good shape though, and they had it at a very discounted rate, and I was like, yes, I will take it. And this is the large, so I have the smaller size of this bag in pink, and then this is the larger size, which is like 5 skeins in like this mustard yellow color. So I'm really excited about this. Love her bags. And then I got this bag. This came from Sweet Acorn Creations. It's a canvas bag. This was like $30 or whatever it was. And so it's much cheaper than some other places. And it's going to hold like 3 skeins probably. And it's a really good like canvas drawstring bag. Really good quality handle and bag itself. This canvas is super thick. Would highly recommend. The only thing that I'm a little bit concerned about is that is the smallest that you can pull it shut. Like, that's it. So, like, if you've got notions in there, like, they're for sure gonna fall out, right? And they put some stitch markers on this loop here, so that I guess you could just put them there instead of putting them in your bag. But if anything comes loose, or if you have like a cable needle or anything like that in here, it's gonna fall out. So that's my one concern with this bag. But otherwise, I'm excited to use it. And I got it in red because red is my favorite color. And while I'm thinking about it, I got this shirt not that long ago. I got it like a few months ago, but I haven't really worn it much. So, because it went into my drawer and it never came out again. So it says, I'm a knitter. What's your superpower? And I love it. And it makes me happy. So I decided to share that with you all. What else did I get? I don't know if I've shown this in the podcast yet, so I'm going to show it now. This is the Autumn Doodle Cow kit from Moonglow Yarn Co. So it's like the Halloween fall doodle cow. What are you doing, bud? Nugget's just over here sniffing everything. He's checking it out. But yeah, I got this kit because this is the one that they used, and I really loved the purples in it. So I wanted to get the exact same kit that they used for their Autumn Doodle Cow. So this will be knit up by, fall of 2080 or something, right? Like, who knows? Who knows when this will be done? One day it will be done. But we've acquired the yarn for it, so it's like it's almost done, right? And then this was her, this went along with her fall doodle, her fall fade or whatever. So it's basically two separate 3 skein fades. So it's basically 3 skeins of purple and then a 3 skein gray fade. So I was thinking that I could make like 2 separate shawls out of this and just do 2 separate fades. Instead of making like one large project that's 6 skeins, I can make 2 smaller projects which are 3 skeins. Because that's pretty much what these are, right? They're like 2 3 skein fades. And I know that she uses them to make blankets and whatever else. But, I mean, for me, I'm really more of a smaller project person. So, we'll see. I say that, but I just knit all kinds of blankets this year. So, maybe not. And then, got all the acquisitions this time, I swear. And then I have a Knit Picks order where I got some more of the Knit Picks Swish DK, which is what I need for my niece's blanket. So I got the rest of the yarn that I need to finish her blanket since I ran out. And side note, Knit Picks has like one of their big sales of the year up. So if you're interested in Knit Picks at all, now's the time. I wish I had known because I would have waited until the sale, but honestly I'm like out now, so I really need the time to continue to knit this. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I think that's everything. And then there was one other thing I wanted to talk about today is I've had a question that was, how do I set goals when I'm knitting large projects? Like, how do I keep my motivation up when I'm knitting a large project? So one of the things that I do, I 100% believe in progress keepers. They are super important to me because if I can't keep track of where I was, and it's because sometimes, especially if you're knitting something like in the round where it's just plain stockinette, not being able to see how far you've actually come, not being able to see those inches that you're adding onto your project makes you feel like you're just literally going in circles, like you're not making any progress. And so having that progress keeper there to kind of show you, okay, this week I made this progress. I am making progress toward my goal of finishing this project. That is a huge thing for me. The other thing is setting reasonable goals. So, as I look at projects, I think, okay, I want to add this many inches by the end of the week. So maybe my goal is an inch a day. Maybe I set a daily goal. Maybe I want to knit an inch a day because I know that an inch a day over 30 days is almost 3 feet. And that's how much I want to add to this blanket. So just thinking about, okay, it's just an inch a day. I can do that. That's easy. And then you knock it out. So it doesn't feel so overwhelming when you say, I still have to knit 3 more feet of this. When 3 more feet on DK is a lot, especially when you're knitting a blanket like this one that has nearly 400 stitches across. So it does take a lot of knitting just to finish a row, let alone on an inch, let alone a foot or 3 feet. So it can be very disheartening when you think of those larger goals and you're not sure how you're going to be able to achieve that, thinking about, okay, 1 inch a day is a lot more. That bite size task is a lot more reasonable and a lot more achievable than 3 feet or whatever it is. So that's the biggest thing for large projects, to keep going and kind of break down, okay, well, if I don't get this far, then kind of having a backup plan of, okay, this is the plan. This is what I'm going to do. And kind of reevaluating your plan is also really important, because what happens if you get sick or something and you can't knit? Or over the weekend, I went to sleep at like 11 and woke up at like 2 in the morning. And then we fell back. So I had an extra hour of being awake. Like, I was exhausted and was just too tired to knit. Like, I was too tired. I could not focus on anything for any length of time. And just knowing that, like giving myself that grace to say, hey, like, today is just not going to happen. Like, it's not going to happen. So we're going to have to reevaluate our goals. Maybe every day now I knit 1.25 inches to make up that inch that I missed. Maybe I reevaluate, does it need to be 6 feet tall? Is 5 feet enough? We need to make those decisions and reevaluate and give ourselves grace, because if we stick hard and fast to the goal that we made in the very beginning, sometimes it's just not feasible to do that, and then we failed, right? Instead of reevaluating and being more realistic with ourselves of what is possible, what is feasible, what is doable, and what isn't going to stress us out, because our knitting is for us to enjoy. It's not to cause anxiety or stress. It's to relieve anxiety and stress. So if your knitting is stressing you out because you set a crazy goal at the beginning of a project, maybe it's your goal that needs to be changed, right? So, yeah, so it's just really important to kind of, rethink and reevaluate as you go, and to set those smaller goals and to use progress keepers so you can actually see the difference that you're making in your project and how much you're actually knitting and how much, of a difference your knitting is making on your project. So all of those things combined really help keep me motivated and can help you stay motivated as well as you work through, especially larger projects. It makes all the difference. It really does. So that is all I have for the knitting talk today. I do have some things in life updates. But otherwise, that is it for the knitting. If you're only here for the knitting, thank you so much for coming. And I look forward to seeing you next time. If you're sticking around, I just have a couple of updates. I have been knitting a lot, trying to get this blanket done. Oh my gosh. But I'm also working overtime because I work for an insurance company. It's open enrollment, so now's the time to get all that OT to help pay for Christmas, right? Now's the time. So I'm signing up for OT left and right. And just trying to, knit while I'm working and doing other things. Um, and then over the weekend, oh my gosh, my phone just like gave up on life. Like the last couple weeks, it's randomly been saying like SIM error. And then I went in and I had something in the phone turned on so that it would bypass the SIM, and then that started dying. So then my phone like basically could do everything except be a phone. Like it just couldn't like beam up to outer space and be a phone so I could communicate with people, which is the point of the phone, right? Like you bring the phone with you so that in case something happens, you can call someone to help you, right? So I went to the Verizon store and I was like, "Hey, like this is not doing what it's supposed to do." And while I was there, the guy was like looking at it and messing with it, like the technician, and the screen died. And I was like, "Okay, so I guess I'm getting a new phone." Like I'd already thought that I might have to get a new phone, and then the screen died, and I was like, "Well, I'm definitely getting a new phone now." But luckily, they had this deal where basically, I don't know if it's at every Verizon store or just this one, but like if you turn in your old iPhone, they'll give you a new iPhone for basically the fees and the tax. Um, but you don't have to pay for the phone. So it's like you get a credit for the phone amount, instead of having a phone payment, which is awesome. I was like, okay, perfect timing then. Like, glad this happened now. Um, so that happened. And then, yeah, we had trick or treaters, which was great. We had Halloween. We are a big Halloween house. We're able to, have our decorations out and to have trick or treaters. And I stayed home with my partner and we had dinner together and went out and got food and made it kind of a night. So it was really good. I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. We had all kinds. It was really cold though. Like it was like in the 30s, probably here, like 30s and 40s, which for Arkansas is like Arctic temperatures. Like they just like cannot handle those temperatures. And I'm like, it's fine. Like, you're fine. Um, but yeah, we didn't have snow or anything, but people were just like panic, like freaking out because it's cold. And I'm like, it's gonna be okay. Like, and now it's back up in like almost 80 degrees. And I'm like, what's happening? I'm like, I want the cold back. Cold, please. As somebody who's from up north, I'm like, I would love the cold back. But we'll see what happens. So that's basically all that's happened here. Now we've taken down all the Halloween decorations and just have fall decorations up. Pretty soon we'll be putting up Christmas decorations. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I have some surprises for some of my friends who might be watching this. Just saying. That are going to be going out. I'm really excited about it. And I always love giving gifts to knitty friends. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I always love giving out gifts to knitty friends because I know that they'll really appreciate it. So those will be going out. And then, just trying to get the rest of my Christmas shopping done. I have ideas, but I feel like some of the people that I shop for like are impossible to buy for. Like there are people on my list that I'm like, I'm just going to send you food because I don't know what you want. I have no idea what you want. I have no idea what you need. Like they're those people that like whenever they want something, they just buy it. And I'm like, you know, like you don't understand. Like if you buy everything, then there's nothing for me to give you. I'm like, so yeah. So some of those people are getting knitted things. Some of those people are getting food delivered to them. Some of those people are just out of luck. I'm just kidding. I would never do that. But some of those people are getting gift cards because I'm like, I don't freaking know. Like, I don't know. Every time I talk to you buying something new, you're like, you've got the next best thing. And I'm like, you know, what do I do? I don't know. And I try going online and searching like all those top gifts for, that top gifts for women or top gifts for men or top gifts for your mothers or whatever. And they're all like the same junk, like I don't know. Some of it I'm just like no, I'm not going to send them that. Like, or it's just so generic that like it's like I'm not going to buy everyone on my list an iPad. Like maybe if I was a gajillionaire, I would do that, but I am not. Mostly because I'm a knitter and spend all my money on yarn. But also because no one can do that. Anyway, mini rant over about Christmas shopping. But yeah, if you have any good ideas for gifts, let me know because I am ready for suggestions. I'm open for suggestions because I am running out of ideas. Um, but yeah, that is pretty much where we're at. Hi, Nugget. Um, and that's all I have for this week. That is all of the life updates for now. And I will see you in a couple weeks. I'm going to start back at doing 2 weeks at a time, potentially, but it's going to be about 3 weeks until I podcast again since we have Thanksgiving in 2 weeks and, I'm going to be busy with family and that's what that time is for. So, I'll talk to you guys in about 3 weeks. So have a very happy Thanksgiving. I hope that you have a very happy holidays if you're in other places in the world and that you're staying safe. And I will talk to you soon. Bye, everybody.